What is up, y'all? I hope y'all are doing well. Hope you're doing good. So, welcome back to another episode of Ready to Love, season 11, episode 5, I think. I don't know. This it's going to be right in the title and the description. I could be off. Okay. So, thank y'all for joining Many Thoughts with Dr. T. We're going to do a quick review of the show. I know it's Tuesday. I know this is late. Okay, I got 3 kids. I just gotta record. I can't. Okay, but I don't have anything to do this weekend, so I'm trying to get it out Saturday. Okay. All right. So let's get into it. On this episode is what we call a filler episode. Um, it's when the storyline really doesn't move in any direction. It's kind of boring. We spent an entire episode at one location. I was just trying to think back to all of the reality shows I've seen. I'm like, I don't remember a reality show staying at one location for an hour. That's like a lot. I just don't think it was enough there to warrant that. But anyway, I'm in off in production land. Let's come back. Okay. Nonetheless, I love it. It was a Motown 70s party, which I'm dying to go to. I'm 38, and so any party, any throwback party that I ever go to is 90s. I even had a 90s throwback party for my 30th birthday. But I would like to go to an 80s or a 70s party, put me on a little fro. That would be cool. So I love the styles. Everybody looked great. Everybody killed the outfits. It was real cool. That was a cool theme. I like how they're playing up on a lot of the themes in Detroit. I hadn't really, well, they did that with Philly too. Yeah, so they've been trying to do that more and bring out more of the culture of the city, which is cool, and intertwine and weave it in. All right, so the first couple, well, not couple, but the first people we see on screen is Vince and Donna. And we call him Jokey Joke Vince, okay? Never serious. So sticking along with that, he had his shirt unbuttoned. He was talking to Donna, talking about, how hard he goes in the gym and how hard he went in the gym this morning. And Donna, bless her heart, she thinks he is hilarious. She's really connecting with him. And like I tell y'all, that's why you gotta be yourself because there's somebody for everybody. So although nobody on the cast is feeling Vince, he do too much. Donna thinks he's hilarious. Okay, that's why you gotta be yourself. So Donna, he's funny, but being funny wears off now. You gotta have something under that. So just be careful, Donna. But I'm glad they are connecting. He at least has one interest. So then Tommy walks in, and Tommy looked great. We're so, of course, used to seeing Tommy bald, all the time. So it was cool to see him with some hair. So that was pretty cool. And he said one of the women would be going home tonight, leaving on the midnight train. I thought that was hilarious. Okay. Tommy with the jokes. All right, so he announces the assignment that they will some yeah, it's just like, dang, why does somebody have to go home? It just puts so much pressure on it. So everybody's trying to perform, especially the women, knowing that somebody's gonna be out of there tonight. So the first couple after that we see is Vince and Lauren. So Vince, so we had this whole situation that it got back where Vince was probably just feeling himself, like I said, just doing too much, talking to the guys, and called Lauren a B. Yeah, I ain't want that tall B anyway, just doing too much. It gets back to Lauren. Lauren was offended, understandably so. And so, y'all know one of the biggest thing I always say is accountability. When you do wrong, raise your hand and say, it was me. I did it. I was wrong, everyone. So I love that Vince took accountability. I don't know that I've seen anybody on Ready to Love take this much accountability. So I love that he went right to Lauren. He apologized. He didn't try to say, well, I said it because that one time he didn't do any of that. He was just like, I was wrong. I have daughters. I don't want them to hear that. I was out of pocket. So I love that. When you take accountability, you disarm people, right? Because people want to get into a back and forth. So you just say, no, it was me. I was wrong. It's over. So as you can see, that's all it was. I wanted to see if Vince could get through the entire conversation without cracking a joke. and he was successful. So I was surprised. It was at the tip of his tongue. Like he really wanted. I mean, it was right there. After that, he apologized and everything. Um, like right before he was about to walk off, like he wanted to say something, but he stayed in the moment, and I was proud of him for that. So good job, Vince. I like how you handled that situation. Okay, that was a master class. All right. So then we go over to Ashanti and Darius. So they say that they talk on the phone all the time and they are just so locked in. But I guess they haven't spent as much time in person, which is cool. But I really like Derek for Ashanti better. I like Ashanti and Derek. So I'm hoping her and Darius don't hit it off too much because I really think her and Derek would be a better fit. All right, so then we go over into Christina, which she was out of control this whole time. And so let's remember, Christina is a singer, songwriter. That's all we really know about her. When she goes out, it's VIP all the time, right? I can't be with the general population. I gotta be in VIP. I got connections. I know people. And like I called on the very first episode, I was like, wow, she may be really into herself. And she's proved that each and every episode she's added on to that. Um, and remember, if she tells you she needs a massage or she's had a bad day, you gotta pay immediately, men, okay, or you're a bum. Then one of the things she said that I thought was interesting, she was like, every man she's ever dated wanted to marry her. I was like, is that true or is that like in your head? So, because I can't imagine. I could be wrong, but I was just like, girl, really? Everyone? They all want to marry you, but you're not married? Okay, maybe so. So she was talking to Chris. This was another thing. It was so many things. This is another thing she said that was so crazy because they were talking about. I don't even know what they were talking about, but her comment was just out of nowhere. She was like, "Yeah, I love that." What did she say? She said, "Yeah, I love that because I'm so intelligent." And then she was like, "And you smell great. You smell amazing." I was like, "What? When is the last time in conversation you just blurted out that, oh yeah, I'm so intelligent? Like who says something like that? Yeah, I have a doctorate degree. I've never said I'm so intelligent. I've just never said I'm so smart. I'm so intelligent. Like out of nowhere. And instead of complimenting him in kind, like, yeah, I'm so intelligent. You're smart too. I think no. She was like, I'm so intelligent and you smell amazing. I was like, what? Anyway, I'm surprised she can get through a door because her head is just so big. I'm surprised. And then she goes on this whole diatribe about how she doesn't chase men. She sits back and she observes to see if they're going to be considerate or inconsiderate. And even though I'm not feeling Christina, I always tell y'all that sit back, don't do too much. So she has that part right. Where we lose Christina is her definition of considerate and inconsiderate is probably very off and skewed. Her definition of considerate is, are you buying me things? Okay. So she got right method, wrong approach. Okay. Um, she's just, I think we all can see, extremely materialistic. And I think her whole deal is, can the man finance my lifestyle? Because we're all looking for different things when we're dating from a person. Some of us are looking for emotional support and stability. Some people are looking for a more spiritual partner. She is looking for a financier. Okay, she needs the money. Um, so that's what Christina is after, and it's so obvious because that's all she's talked about. I feel like in each one of the relationships or conversations with the men, it always doubles back to this whole massage thing, and we still don't really know a lot about her. So I feel like that's probably why she is still single. I mean, even for a man, I don't care. Like looks wear off. Beyonce got cheated on. Like none of us. It doesn't matter what you think you look like, how beautiful you think you are. Like that wears off. At the end of the day, you got to have some type of substance underneath, because looks can only sustain you so far. So I think that may be why Christina is struggling. Because men have money, they can get anybody. So they got money to give to you, they got money to give to the next. Once you start getting on their nerves, so you got to have something deeper than that. So next we go over to Dominique and Bello. So Dominique, so Dominique and Bello, I feel like they're probably going to, I was gonna say make it down the aisle. They're probably gonna be a love connection, I guess is the term, and be there at the end for each other. I think they have a genuine connection. So Dominique was upset because Bello didn't talk to her all night. She quickly got over that in like 5 seconds. She was like, "Okay, I'm not mad no more. I'm straight." Um, so and he was like, "Yeah, I was looking at you. I was looking at you. I was just going, I don't know what he was trying to say at the end. I guess he wanted to wait and talk to her at the end. So he asked her about her passion, and she said she's opening a store called Flight Closet. And Bella does real estate, and he said he would help her find a location. And so she liked how he was into her and her goals and dreams, and I agree. So that was really cool, Bella. So I think they will do well. All right, next, Devon and Shannon. I love them together as well. They're my favorite couple. She asked if he would go to Pilates with her, and he agrees. That's something that she does that's really important that she likes. He likes the gym as well. I just think they're so cute. I love the nerdiness of it all. And he told her that she looked good and it was distracting. And she said she never heard that before and she was cheesing. I just think they're so cute. So I hope, like I said, Divine doesn't get sidetracked with some old Dominique because Dominique don't really want you. So I'm hoping he stays focused with Shannon. Okay, now we are back to Christina. Y'all, I must say, I'm hoping Christina just had too much to drink. That's what I'm hoping because that's the only way to explain this. And at least that would give her a cover. Like, oh, okay, she was drunk. Got it. If she wasn't drunk, yikes. Okay. Um, so remember, Vince and Lauren have already talked. Vince has taken accountability, masterclass in it, did a great job. They squashed it. They're good. But no, no, no. Out of nowhere, Christina says, I must go check Vince as well on behalf of Lauren, which she didn't ask me to do, but I'm still going to do it. I don't know what was going on. Her energy was just so over the top. Like I said, I'm guessing she was drunk. She was just talking to him like a child. Was like, yeah, because and you don't need to be doing that, okay? Because that like her energy was just so crazy. And then like I told y'all, we got back on this conversation about these massages. Because anytime Christina is talking to a guy, it just circles back to these massages for some reason. We really don't even know a lot about her. Uh, But anyway, so she got on that and was saying who was paying and who wasn't and all of that. So Vince pretty kind of checked her low key. So Vince checked her about that, and then she was like, "Well, it ain't about the massages." So then she switches, moves the goalpost. Now it's not about the massages. And then she said, "You do right by me, baby. You might get me." And again, I didn't know I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know where that came from. And then she was like, when you have connections, you can know someone for 2 days, and baby, I want to lick your neck. And again, I was like, what's going on? How does this tie into the conversation? I'm confusion. I was just having trouble following what in the world she was talking about. Then she says if you can't be like her dad and how he took care of her mother for 39 years, she don't want it. I'm like, Christina, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't know what's going on. Guaranteed Christina is going home. They do a little cliffhanger thing, which is stupid. But anyway, you heard it from me. Christina is out of there. Um, it's like Christina, men don't mind taking care of you or whatever, but it's like what? I I'm sure you're a great person, but it's like, what do you have to offer other than looks? It has to be big. It has to be deeper than your looks. You see what I'm saying? Looks are only that's only gonna keep a man around for a season, and I think that's what's been happening to Christina. Like, what is it beneath the surface? I still like. I feel like, why aren't you talking about you a singer songwriter? I would be promoing. I would be like, yeah, my name is whatever her stage name is. Hey, this is my song. I would be promoting that in every all the camera time I get. You know, and instead she's worried about talking about these massages and who paid and who didn't, and her personality just comes off as incredibly entitled and arrogant. Um, I think she thinks she's something that she isn't. I don't know if she thinks she's some type of music superstar or something, but she just has an air about her that goes deeper than confidence. Because it's great to have confidence, but then she's moving over into the arrogant space. Um, yeah, I just think maybe she had a little bit too much to drink, and I know when she watches this back, like we're watching it, I know she's gonna be like, "Oh my god, I was tripping, I look crazy." Or at least I'm hoping that's what she says. Um, yeah, I mean, like I said, the trouble with Christina is that you're trying to attract people that have all the men that have all this money, which is great, but those men are more than likely problematic, especially they're not married in late 30s, 40s. They trying to be out here playing just like you trying to play. They're probably not going to be serious. They'll court you. They'll have you for a trophy for a little season, buy you all this stuff, and then they'll cast you to the side. So I'm hoping that, well, I was gonna say I'm hoping that she was able to learn something from this process, but it doesn't look like it. So yeah, that was real crazy. Chris said he's concerned that he might not find his person here. And I just pointed this out because I'm like, it's okay, y'all. This is a game show. It's cool. They picked 10 random people. Chances are you probably won't find your person here. And if more people went in with that mindset, they wouldn't be on a reunion show crying and feeling played. Okay? Like, keep it lighthearted. You might find somebody, you might not. But I think when you start pressing and you start trying to make it happen, that's when people get in trouble. So I just wanted to point that out. So then we go over to Darius and Ashley. So Ashley really likes Darius. So I think they will work. I like Darius and Ashley better than I do Darius and Ashanti. So Ashley really likes Darius, but thinks he's too friendly with the other women. Um, and see, y'all, this is an idea I had. I feel like they should have this thing where if you and another person feel like want to y'all are the love connection, y'all don't want to pursue other people, I think you should be able to leave the show without penalty. Like it be celebrated, right? Because that's the whole point of it. And so in this situation, because what happens is to stay on the show, you have to have multiple people have interest in you. If it's only one person and you just keyed in on that person, you're gonna go home because everybody's gonna be like, "Well, he didn't call me, he didn't talk to me, he's not showing any interest." So you kind of got to play this game. And so I just thought it would be cool if you're like, you know what, like that season with Cornelius and I can't remember her name. We locked on each other. We like each other. We want to whatever we found a love connection and celebrate it like, oh great, and I think it could add drama because let's say Darius is talking all this stuff like, yeah girl, you the one, da, 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 like he is, and then Ashley would be like, oh well, if that's true, let's go ahead and be a love connection. See, and then that's where the drama come in, right? So if Darius isn't really serious, then he gonna be like, yeah, and then she gonna be like, what? Why? I thought I was the one. Like, why can't we leave? So I think that would put like a new angle of pressure, right? Because people be talking all this stuff, but at the end of the day, they be playing. So then the other person could really put the pressure on them. So anyway, was that a tangent? Yeah, that was a tangent. Okay, so anyway, she's upset. But then my whole thing is always like, this is a game show. In real life, of course, he shouldn't be doing that. But he has to politic. That's the thing, or he's gonna get kicked off. So I don't understand when women come on here and they're always upset because you're talking to other people. It's like, yeah, it's already love. It's a game show. That's kind of how it works. So I feel actually a little bit Darius is more anytime you have a guy that has a lot of charisma, and so I again I clocked this first episode that would be a problem, and so now we see it manifesting here. Now I haven't seen him be inappropriate. Now we haven't seen everything, but I haven't seen him do anything that's like questionable. I just see him kind of work in the room, and I think his natural personality is more outgoing and in your face. And yeah, you beautiful. Yeah, you know. So I can see how Ashley could feel like, wait, if you're doing that with me, like, what are you saying to other people? But he promises he's locked in with her, but I still got my good eye on Darius because I'm not buying it. But we'll see. All right, so then Donna and Ed. So Donna sat down with Ed um, to clear up this whole religion conversation. So apparently, a lot of the men are religious and didn't want to pursue Donna after they found out she's not a Christian. Um, I didn't leave the conversation clear. I left the conversation more confused. It's like she believes in God, but not Jesus. But she does believe in Christianity, but not for real because she's spiritual. I don't know. I was confusion. Maybe y'all understood um, what I felt like Donna should have done. Dang, why can't I get this over? Okay. What I felt like Donna should have done, she should have said, you know what? I know there's a lot of confusion. Let me just restate my religious beliefs is this. She was trying to rehash what this one had said and that one had said, and that's not true. It's like, just tell us what it is, because I'm still confused. And it was like, okay, yeah, you gonna find your person. It ain't me. Um, so I knew Christina was going to go home. Now I'm torn between Christina and Donna because it seems like a lot of the men are out on it. Because like I said, religion that's number one. You got to be aligned in that. I don't think that's something you can figure out on the way. So it seems like a lot of men are taking that serious. And whatever it is, Donna, you got to stand on that too. Don't fake it. Don't. Oh no, y'all misunderstood. I go to church and it's like don't do that either because it's not gonna work if that's not who you really are. It's not what you really believe. So I don't know. I feel like she tried to clear it up, but she just said the same thing. It's like I didn't learn anything new. Like you're spiritual, right? Like you don't believe in Christianity, okay? She tried to clear it up, but I'm like you said the same thing, I guess. But anyway, so elimination is between Donna and Christina. Um, like we said, I so at the end I thought, you know what? I think Donna will go home, and I think production is probably gonna keep Christina on for entertainment purposes. So that's what I think is going to happen. Even though Christina, it's the same thing with Vince and Xavier. Like I thought Vince should have went home, but I think they kept him on for entertainment purposes and kicked off Xavier because Xavier wasn't really given anything. So because you gotta take that into account too. At the end of the day, this is a show. We need to be entertained, okay? And so that kind of goes into it too. It's like who are the people not feeling, and then it's like who are the people not feeling that's also not giving us a lot on the camera because they can go, and we can keep the people that's keeping the drama stirred. All right. So anyway, that was the show. Like I said, it was a filler episode. I don't know if they're trying to get to a certain number count of shows, but they should have did maybe 20, 25 minutes of this and then spliced it in with whatever the next thing is. But it was just really too long to be focused on that Motown gathering. It just wasn't enough good conversations. But anyway, we got through it, so it is what it is, and I will be back hopefully Saturday. I'm gonna have it popped up. All right, so click on the bell next to my name and put all so that it'll pop up on your phone when I do post it. All right, so I will see y'all. Have a good one.